Well, hello everybody, and as you can see from the title of this video, you already know what I'm about to talk about. Nothing else to say, let's just get right into it. So, for school, I was required to write a couple of papers. I'm in a college composition class, so we write papers in there all the time. And so my first paper of the year, well, it wasn't my first paper, I guess it was my first political paper of the year. I wrote something about building the wall. Okay, and that's obviously very controversial, and my teacher's liberal, and so that obviously did not go over very well. I'm an A student, I do good on my papers and stuff like that, but, she graded my paper, and there was nothing wrong with the grammar, nothing wrong, everything was perfect, and it met every requirement needed on the rubric for an A. She ended up giving me an A on this, but what she told me is that I needed to redo my paper with her suggestions. Okay, so I was like, your suggestions? I mean, this is my opinion paper, and it met all the requirements on the rubric, and there's nothing wrong with the punctuation or anything like that. Why would I have to redo it? Well, here's why. The paper was on building the wall, and she did not like that. That's exactly why. That's why I had to redo the paper. So just to kind of put things in perspective, I just redid a paper in there. Didn't redo. I did a paper in there, and I just wanted to kind of experiment and see, because I kind of felt like a little bit like pushed up against when that happened. Like she wanted to put political views on me, so I just did kind of an experiment on my next paper, and this next one I praised Greta Thunberg, okay? I know, I shouldn't have, but I did. I wrote a paper about it. I only spent about an hour on doing it, and she loved it. She loved it. She looked at it. She looked over it for like 10 minutes. She was like, oh, wow, this is just incredible. She said, it's great. It's great. She's like, submit it to me right now. Okay. I'm a pretty good student, but she didn't find anything wrong with my Greta paper, and it was perfect. She was blown away by how great it was. Although, I just wrote this other build the wall paper, 2 weeks before this, and she hated it. She hated it, and she told me to redo it. Even though the punctuation, everything was fine on both papers, and the rubric, it met every requirement for an A on both papers, but one of them she had me redo, and the other one she told me was remarkable. Now, you guys can make whatever, judgment you want on this. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. I think that I was obviously very, very biased, and this plays into, all the, schools and universities that, they say have a liberal bias towards them. Well, I'd always kind of just like, taking it with a grain of salt, like, oh, no big deal. But this actually happened. It happened to me. I didn't think it was going to happen to me. But it did. It did. And so, share this with everybody, like the video. And if you guys want to hear my papers that I wrote, go ahead and like the video, and then comment down below. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting more videos. And so, thanks.